Not too long ago, I was watching a program. It was a live stream of President Obama. Obama was giving a Freedom Award. He gave awards to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Ellen DeGeneres, Robert De Niro, Bill Gates. He did all of this in such eloquent style, you would almost forget that he is the same president who promised the people of Dakota, the indigenous people, that he wouldn't forget them and that he would stand with them and that he would help them not be taken advantage of by the same government that elected him, the same government that he sits at the head of. He did not keep his word. 26 people have been hospitalized. Over 300 people have been injured while these oil police fire rubber bullets, concussion grenades, water cannons, and tear gas at them. And for what? Because they want to protect their water. None of the people that I've seen at the Dakota Access pipeline demonstrations have been armed. Not a single one. They're firing water cannons at people in 27-degree temperatures, which will induce and has induced in many hypothermia. There was a young man who was shot in the head with a rubber bullet, a shot that could have killed him. He survived. Many people have been shot with rubber bullets and projectiles. One of those people who was shot is Sophia Wilansky of New York City. Jordan Sheridan of the TYT Politics reports that Sophia Wilansky is 21 years old from New York City. She had traveled to the area to help the indigenous people. She cares about the environment. She cares about these people. She cares about the earth. Little does she know that she would be the victim of one of these concussion grenades that would blow off portions of her arm, severing vital arteries. She sits in surgery in Minnesota now, where her father writes, at around 4:30 a.m. after the police hit the bridge with water cannons and rubber bullets and pepper spray, they lobbed a number of concussion grenades which are not supposed to be thrown at people, directly at protesters or protectors as they want to be called. A grenade exploded right as it hit Sophia in the left forearm, taking most of the undersurface of her left arm with it. Both her radial and ulnar artery were completely destroyed. Her radius was shattered, and a large piece of it is missing. Her medial nerve is missing a large section as well. All of the muscle and soft tissue between her elbow and wrist were blown away. The police did not do this by accident. It was an intentional act of throwing it directly at her. Additional police were shooting people in the face and groin, intending to cause the most possible damage. Sophia will have surgery again tomorrow as bit by bit they try to rebuild a somewhat functioning arm and hand. The first surgery took a vein from her leg, which have implanted in her arm to take place of the missing arteries. She will need multiple surgeries to try to gain some functional use of the arm and hand. She will be, every day for the foreseeable future, fearful of losing her arm and her hand. There are no words to describe the pain of watching my daughter cry and say she was sorry for the pain she caused me and my wife. I died 1,000 deaths today, and will continue to do so for quite some time. I am left without the right words to describe the anguish of watching her look at her now alien arm and hand. The Morton County Sheriff's Department denies all liability. They say it was the water protectors who did this. They say they didn't shoot concussion grenades. They say they're not using water cannons, they're using a water hose. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't care about your ethnicity, what language you speak. What's going on here is a civil rights violation. It's a law against humanity, and it is just as bad as what happened in the 60s to African Americans as the government turned water hoses and dogs on us. And we can't stand for it. We can't sit back and allow it to go on. But it is. Because we have cowards. Cowards in our government. No, they're not cowards in our government. They're complicit in this activity. Why? Because we're talking about big money here. To the tune of billions of dollars. We have cowards in the media, though. Yeah, we got cowards in the media who won't report the truth. There's only a few entities that are out reporting this. And why? Why? See, when there is a demonstration in Ferguson, we get footage. When there's a demonstration in Baltimore, we get footage. Why don't they have mainstream media here filming this? Because it would make the police look bad. Because see, when they have a protest going on in Ferguson and people are burning equipment or burning stores, they film it. Because why? Why? Because then it makes the protesters look bad. See, you can't fool me. As in Baltimore, when everything was peaceful for the first week, no cameras were there. They only send in mainstream media when they want to shame the protesters, when they want to shape the narrative. And here, the only narrative that's being shaped is that we have a corrupt government who does not care about the people nor honor its treaties with the people. And we have officers who call themselves peace officers. Some of which, to their generosity of spirit, have decided they no longer want to be officers because they didn't sign up to torment, torture citizens. We don't have a media. Folks, we don't have a media. We don't have a press. We have actors and actresses. And we have liars, magicians. We have tricksters and pranksters. We don't have a voice for the people. We've got deniers, propaganda spinners. We have distractors. What's going on in North Dakota is just wrong. But it's more than just wrong. It's a violation of our Constitution. It's a violation of our most fundamental right to protest peacefully. And what we have in our government is a denial of our president to do the right thing once again. And when they ask, where were you? What were you doing? I want to be counted in a group of people that spoke out against this. I hope you feel the same way, because when they show up to asking for our votes or asking for our patriotism, I want you to remember what you have learned today and what our country really is about. I don't hear Hillary Clinton. I don't hear Elizabeth Warren. I don't hear President Obama. None of them are talking about this. If it weren't for independent media, there'd be no voice. In the description box below, I'm going to leave you some links so that you can help send supplies to the people who are there on the ground, holding the line. We must stand together because we are all we have.